I extend a very hearty welcome to every one of you for today's session on first semester. Today it will be Chinese Acupressure. We are really privileged to have one of the best faculty available in India on acupressure. That is Professor Chanchal Agarwal ji from Calcutta for first semester, so that all of you will get complete clarity and confidence to face the examination. I once again extend a very hearty welcome to our beloved faculty, Professor Chanchal Agarwal ji, to take over this session. Welcome. Namaste, Chanchal ji.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so much. And a warm welcome to every one of you for joining this session. I can see some known faces, some new faces, some semester 1 students, some old students. So this would be a really good revision for everyone. And a very big thanks to Ravindra sir and his team for organizing such classes for everyone. He's very thoughtful, so we are very thankful to him. So without wasting any time, we'll start today's session because it is very, very important. And if we understand this, if we understand the semester 1 Chinese acupressure, then a lot of things will get clear in the upcoming semesters and or the new semesters. Okay. So one thing I'll make clear to every one of you, especially to the first semester students, because second semester students already know what they'll be learning in upcoming sections, what they have learned in semester 2, what they have learned in semester 3, and so on. For semester 1 student, a lot of things may be new to them. Like you may think that this particular chapter is good, it is understandable, but how to use it, when to use it, where to use it, how to use points. These questions may arise, but don't worry about it. Just understand each chapter as one alphabet. Like when you are in nursery or in kindergarten, you understand the alphabets. Those alphabets doesn't mean anything to you. A doesn't mean anything to you. B doesn't mean anything to you. But as you go ahead in upper classes, higher classes, then you understand that you can join those letters to make a word. Those words will group together and it can make a sentence. And sentences join together to make a story. Right? So these are right now alphabets for you. So don't worry about it that how to use distal point, how to use influential point, how to use Luo connecting point, etc., etc. With time, you will understand what these points are, where to use it, how to use it in protocols. It may take some time, but have patience and understand for first semester, from the first semester point of view, right? So today we'll start with Chinese acupressure syllabus. Every one of you have. It is in the book which is given to you. I don't have the book right. Yes, this is a new version. Maybe you have the older version of that, or maybe the recent version. So in this book, you have the syllabus at the end. Follow that syllabus. But right now, for 1.5 hours, just listen to me with alertness so that you understand the whole subject in gist, right? And at the end of the session, I'll give you some very important tips from the exam point of view also. So let us start the session where we will understand the whole of the syllabus in 11 points. I said we'll understand the full syllabus of Chinese acupressure semester 1 under 11 headings. So either you write down whatever I'm writing or you follow the video afterwards, but note it down somewhere so that everything is there with you. Whenever you open your copy or diary, it is there with you that this is what I learned in semester 1. Okay. So the first thing that we will understand in Chinese acupressure, the first nugget or the first chapter, first part that we will understand is what is Qi. Because if you don't understand what is Qi or what is energy, then it is very difficult to proceed with traditional Chinese medicine or your Chinese acupressure, because everything is based on this question. So this is the first question that we should understand, that what is Qi? The name for Qi, which as sir said right now, it may be your vital energy. It may be Qi, Ki, Qi. It may be prana. It may be bioenergy. Vital energy, it is known in America. Qi, Japan. Prana in India. And bioenergy, Qi in China. So different names, what lies in a name? So different names, but ultimately it tells about the same thing, which is energy. Now this energy, why this particular point is important? Why this energy or Qi word is important? Because this is only factor which differentiates you from your dead body. What is the difference between you and your dead body? What is the difference? Qi, energy. So in the dead body, all the organs are there after death, all the components are there, but only thing which is missing is Qi or energy, which is really important to understand, because there's no particular location in the body where you can say this is the only area where is it. Like you can say this is the area for brain, this is the area for heart, but can you tell me which is the area for Qi or energy? No. So this Qi is very important to understand, because this Qi is all over the body, in every molecule, every atom, every electron, proton, neutron, whatever is there in the body, whatever constitutes the body is made up of Qi. Now this Qi, to understand, flows through certain pathways, and these pathways are only called meridians. So the energy pathway of the body is called the meridian, and on the meridian there are certain areas where this energy is more accessible in comparison to other areas. बात समझ में? जैसे नदी में पानी बहता है और वहां पर कहीं घाट बने हुए हैं, घाट से जाकर आप पानी को निकालते हो, ठीक उसी तरीके से on the meridian there are some areas where the energy is more accessible. More accessible means where you can work on that energy, and those areas are called acupoints. So when we work on this energy through these acupoints, we call it acupressure. So on this in this particular stream of treatment, where you are using specific areas, very small, minute, needle-like, fine areas to treat, you can use seed, you can use color, you can use magnet, you can use needle, etc., etc., but the location remains the same. So this is acupressure. So this is first thing that we should understand, that what is acupressure, what is meridian, what are acupoints, what is Qi, where is this Qi flowing in the body. This is very important. Let us come to the second part. So I said there are total how many parts? In how many parts we'll understand it? Yes, it is 11. So 11 parts. So we are coming to the second part. Now, what is this second part? Second part is one of the most important part of acupressure, because if you understand it, you thoroughly enjoy acupressure. If not in semester 1, for sure, in upcoming semesters, you will enjoy it the most, because your concepts will unfold like the lotus flower. Okay. So the second point says theory of 5 elements. Now, since we know what energy is, what Qi is, which is flowing through meridians and which is flowing through acupoints, to understand more about these channels, First, we have to understand that the whole concept of energy has been divided into 5 elements. जैसे बताया गया था कि हमारा शरीर पंच तत्व से बना हुआ, क्षिति जल पावक गगन समीरा पंच तत्व से बना शरीर. ठीक उसी तरीके से the whole body according to Chinese concept has been divided into 5 elements. Okay, 5 elements. What are these 5 elements? The 5 elements according to Chinese acupressure are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So these are the 5 elements. How to remember these 5 elements? You right now, all of you, place your 5 fingers like this towards the screen, like this. Those who want to learn, they have to do. Even if you know, then also you have to do. And start with thumb. Okay, place your index finger, other finger on the thumb, and say it is wood. What is this? Wood. This is fire. This is earth. This is metal, and this is water. Now understand this. This is just to learn the sequence of elements which are present in the body. We are not saying that thumb is always wood. This is always fire. This is just to understand the sequence of elements which are forming the body. So there are 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, water. Is this clear to everyone? How many elements are there according to Chinese acupressure? Very good. 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Now each element means the substance which is making the body. Okay. Now each element belongs to a certain energy. Each element has a certain energy. Correct? आप मुझे बताओ, जो फायर किचन में जो फायर है, फायर की एनर्जी क्या है, उसको आप महसूस कैसे करते? You feel that element fire with the help of heat, या उसकी उष्णता या उसकी गर्मी, right? How you understand water with its energy of cold. Water is cold. आप बोलोगे उसको तो उबाल दिया तो गर्म भी हो गया, but उसकी इनबिल्ट एनर्जी क्या है? आपका स्वभाव क्या है? आपका स्वभाव है शांत रहने का. गुस्सा आता है वो इम्बैलेंस है, right? So water has the energy of coldness. Similarly, each element has been given one energy. What is the energy of wood? Wood energy is wind. Energy of wood is wind. Energy of fire, there are 2 energies. One is heat, other is hotness. Right? Energy of earth is humidity. Energy of metal is dryness, and energy of water is coolness. Whenever we have time, we'll discuss it in detail. Why the energy of wood is wind, why the energy of fire is heat, hotness, why the energy of earth is humidity. Right now, you just understand that these are the energies of these particular elements. Learn it by heart. It is very, very important. Similarly, you will understand that each energy or each element can be represented by a certain age group, some flowers, some systems, some seasons, and some colors, etc. So this particular chart is in page number 8. In my book, it is in page number 8. I'll show you the no, not number 8. Sorry, this is in page number 4. Give me a moment, please. This chart is very, very important. Okay. So here you can see that there are 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, water, their energies. So this is the column for the row for energy. Wood has the wind energy, fire has heat and hotness, earth has humidity, metal has dryness, and water has coolness. These are the energies. Again, then you have the season, the age, the body components, opening, emotion, color, taste, smell, sound, positive quality, negative quality, flower. All these are more important than the rest. All are important, but these are some of the rows which we have to understand and we have to remember. And you will see that every point has a logic behind it. For example, let us take one example of this particular table, and that is color. Okay, so let us understand color. What is the color of wood element? The color of wood element has been given as green. Color of fire, red, orange. Color of earth, yellow. Color of dryness, white. Color of coolness or water element is black. How to remember it? Remember it with the help of a fruit, and that is mango. Since all the 5 elements show the birth to death cycle, see, it's a cycle. These 5 elements you can see in the body also, these 5 elements you can see in the whole life also. So if the beginning or the birth stage is the first stage, then what is the color of that fruit when it is born? When it starts developing on the tree, what is the color of that fruit? It is, what is the color of that fruit? It is green in color, right? It is green in color. When it starts ripening, what happens to the fruit? It starts turning reddish. So that is the next stage. The first is green, then is red. What is the next color? Orange. When it is ripened, it is starting to ripen. Then it is orange. So I'll show you with. Then yellow mixed, that is orange. After orange, when it is fully ripened, it turns to yellow. So this is your next stage, that is humidity or earth. What happens to the metal stage? In the metal stage, it is white. That means after the fruit is fully ripened, that means it is at a stage where it will fall off from the tree. What will happen to the fruit if it is not plucked? It starts degrading or degenerating. What will happen to the color? It will turn either whitish or brownish. You keep the fruit for some time. After it is fully mature, fully ripened, what happens to the fruit? You have mango. Right now it is mango season. So you keep the mango outside after it is fully ripened. It starts turning, first it starts turning into brownish. Okay, it may have fungus on it. So that is white or brown. So this is the next is, that is dryness. And ultimately, when the fruit is totally degenerated, it turns black. Right? So you'll remember this now. So how the stages of element are also visible in every stage of life, whether it is anything or it is about to die, everywhere you will see. So it starts with green, then it starts turning reddish, then orange, then fully ripened yellow. After fully ripened, it starts degenerating, so it will turn whitish or brownish and ultimately black. So this table is not only a table of treatment, but also a very beautiful medium of diagnosis. So you can diagnose a lot of things with the help of this table, which will be clear to you with time. You'll understand how to use this table, treatment and diagnosis purpose. Let us take one example. Wherever you want to increase the energy, we are in the second part only. Okay, we are doing the second part only. Second part was theory of 5 elements, right? So wherever you want to increase the energy of any particular element, each element has been given one color. Yes or no? Yes or no? Every element has been given one color. Rinkuji, is clear to you? Every element has been given one color, right? So that color will increase the energy of that element, increase the energy or decrease the energy. Correct? Increase the energy. Is this clear to everyone? Neha, is this clear to you? Increase the energy. So if you want to increase, for example, wood element, wind energy in something, which color you will apply? If you want to increase, try, everyone try, whether you are from first semester or fifth semester, doesn't matter. If you increase wind energy in certain part of the body or anywhere, any point, which color you will apply? Green color. Why? Because in the chart we saw that under wood or wind element it is written green. So whatever is your color, it will give more energy to you, right? So whatever is the color of wood element, it will increase the energy of that wood element only. So wood element has green color, so green color will increase the energy of wood element. Yes, correct. तो जिस भी पॉइंट पर आपको विंड एनर्जी बढ़ानी है, आप विंड का कलर लगाओगे या नहीं लगाओगे? लगाओगे, correct? So green or the same color, you can just write down in one line, the same color always tonifies the point. Same color means same color, same energy color. Whichever energy does that, whichever energy that point belongs to, it will increase the energy of that particular point. If it is a wind point, if you apply green color, it will increase wind energy. If it is a heat point and you're applying red or orange, it will increase heat in that point or heat in that organ. Correct? If you want to reduce energy of that, of a particular point, which color to apply? Which color we will apply? For example, बच्चा है और बच्चे के ऊपर में आपको कंट्रोल करना है. बच्चे को क्या चाहिए? बच्चे को चॉकलेट चाहिए, बच्चे को बदमाशी चाहिए, बच्चे को टॉयज चाहिए, बच्चे को खेल कूद चाहिए. आपको वो सब चीजें दोगे तो बच्चे की एनर्जी क्या होगी? बढ़ेगी. करेक्ट? यानी उसकी खुद की जो चाहते हैं वही दोगे तो उसकी वही एनर्जीज बढ़ती जाएंगी, उसकी मांगे बढ़ती जाएंगी, उसकी बदमाशियां बढ़ती जाएंगी. बट इफ यू वांट टू कंट्रोल कैसे होगा? उसके बड़ों से होगा. बड़े कौन है? दादा दादी या मम्मी पापा या घर के जो भी बड़े बुजुर्ग. करेक्ट? सो व्हेनेवर वी वांट टू कंट्रोल certain element, we want to control a certain energy, we will apply the controller on that particular point. Write down somewhere. Same energy, same energy point will always, the color of same energy will always increase the energy of that point. If it is a wood point, if you apply green color, it will increase the energy. If you apply the controller color, it will reduce the energy. What is the controller? Now again, place your fingers like this. Place your fingers like this and let us start with wood only. What is the controller of wood? What is the controller? I'm asking you one question. What is the controller of wood? Correct. Metal. Why earth? See, जब ऐसे करेंगे ना, जो भी जिस भी पॉइंट पर आप अपनी उंगली रखोगे उसे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज चले जाओ. We are going anti-clockwise. Okay, so this is anti-clockwise. Leave one element and come to this one. So what is this? Wood, fire, earth, metal. So metal is the controller of wood. Okay, so it is controlling. Metal क्या है? कुल्हाड़ी. Wood क्या है? पेड़. कुल्हाड़ी से पेड़ कटता है कि नहीं कटता है? कंट्रोल होता है कि नहीं होता है? बहुत पेड़ हो गए, जंगल हो गया, वो उसको कंट्रोल कैसे करेंगे? मेटल से. करेक्ट? So metal color is brown. So if you apply brown color on a point, it will actually control wind energy. Is this clear to everyone? So खाली एक ही दो लाइन लिखनी है. Same color, same energy color will always tonify. Controller color always controls or reduces or sedates. It will have sedative action. Is this okay? So this was from 5 element part, second part. This is major. I'm only talking about the most important part of every topic. Is this clear? Second part. We are moving on to the third part. The third part is very important. All the parts are very important, but this is again a very important conceptual part, and it is called 5 shoe points. What are these 5 shoe points? 5 shoe points. 5 shoe points means, like we said, our body is made up of 5 elements with 5 energies. That is clear to everyone? 5 elements are there in the body. We have some energy channels in the body through which energy is flowing. What are these called? These are called meridian. Meridian. Okay. Now, each meridian also has 5 elemental qualities. This is very important. जब भी कोई unmute करे ना, please mute yourself. हाँ? I said every human being or every living being is made up of 5 elements. Our body is made up of 5 elements. So this is whole body. Whole body has 5 elements. So wood, fire, earth, metal, water, all these components are making the whole body. Correct? This is now our body has some energy channels through which energy is flowing. So these are the energy channels through which energy is flowing. Right? Correct? What are these channels called? These channels are called meridian. You only said these are called meridian. Now, each meridian has also the quality of 5 elements. Every element has some specific important points which have the power or the quality of those 5 elements. So there must be some point which has more power as wood. Every meridian has acupoints, right? You all agree? Every meridian has acupressure points. Now, out of all the acupressure points, there must be one point which has more energy like element. There must be one point which has more energy like fire, which has one point which has more energy like earth, one point more energy like metal, and one point which has more energy like water. So every meridian has 5 most important points which has energy of 5 elements. Is that okay with everyone? Clear hai ye baat? How many meridians are there all over the body?
14 meridians. 12.
Huh?
12. 14. 2 is
12.
controlling.
12 plus 2 बोलते हैं 12 मानो आप क्योंकि plus 2 तो vessels हैं हमारी, right? 12 meridians plus 2 vessels. So if one meridian has 5 very important 5 element points, then in 12 meridians how many points would be there which
60.
are very important? 12 into 5 calculation
60.
में आ जाओ, class 2 3 में आ जाओ. 12 into 5 is equal to 60 है ना. एक one meridian has 5 element points, 5 points which are very important. So 12 meridian has 12 into 5 is equal to 60 points which are very important. These are nothing but 60 shoe points or 60, yes, command points. So if we understand those 60 command points or 60 shoe points, life becomes easy, right? Because these are the most important points. आपको पता है कि पॉलिटिक्स में बहुत सारे नेता हैं, बहुत सारे मिनिस्टर्स हैं, बट आपको चीफ मिनिस्टर पता चल गया, प्राइम मिनिस्टर पता चल गया, है ना? ऐसे आपको पांच हर राज्य में, हर स्टेट में आपको पांच ऐसे पॉलिटिशियन पता चल गए जो those who are at the highest position. काम इजी हो गया ना, है ना? So वैसे 12 into 5, 60. So 60 command points are the most important points in the body, which are controlling all the meridians, which has a control power of all the meridians. So these points have been named differently. These points have been named in a different way. For example, now draw this chart somewhere. This will again give you clarity wherever you draw. There is one yin side of the body and there is one yang side of the body. Ye kya hai? Body ka? This is yin side and this is yang side. And we have meridians on the yin side also. We have meridians on the yang side also, whether it is on the hand, whether it is on the leg. We are not talking about that. We are just talking about the yin side and yang side meridians. Okay. On the yin side, draw one line, and on yang side, draw one line. Okay. On the yin side, draw 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the yang side, draw again 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On the yin side, the first point is yin side means on the yin side of each meridian. And yang side means yang side of yang meridian. Yang meridian. So on the yin meridians, the first point is called the wind points. Very good. Wind point. The second point is called the heat point. Third point is called the humidity point. Fourth point is called the dryness point. And the last point is called, last means the fifth point is called the coldness point. Okay. On the yang or on the yang meridians, the first point is which point? Yang point is yang meridian. The first point is
metal.
Dryness. See, now, right now, when I talk about wind, heat, humidity, dryness, coldness, then you have to answer in the form of energy. When I say wood, fire, earth, metal, water, you answer in the form of element. Right now, what have I written? I could have written here wood, fire, earth, metal, water. That is also correct. That is not incorrect. Now, this is energy form. So, what is the first? You will not say metal. You will say dryness. Yes. Very good. Dryness. Second point, after dryness, it is coldness. Very good. After, see, the cycle goes like this only. Dryness, coldness. After coldness, what comes?
Wind.
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 So third point would be wind. Then heat. And then humidity. Okay. So on the yin meridians, the first point is wind, then heat, humidity, dryness, coldness. On the other hand, on the yang side, it is dryness, wind, heat, humidity. Fine. Now, another thing which you should remember under this 5 shoe point topic is that meridians on the body, on the whole body, the meridians which are flowing all over the body are called classical meridians. These meridians which are all over the body. You go to any part of the world and if they are puncturing, if they are putting needle on the body, where are they putting the needles or where are they putting the seeds or color or magnet, whatever they are using to treat, they are putting on directly on the body, whole body. So that is called classical meridian. Same meridians have been plotted on the palm for our convenience by Professor Park Jae-woo. He said we can plot these meridians of the whole body on the palm or on the feet also, because points may not be reachable. You may not apply points all over the body. So you need to have some correspondence on the smaller area where we can apply points. And these areas are called, these channels for our convenience, which have been plotted by us means human being, by Professor Park Jae-woo, are called Byol meridians, B-Y-O-L, Byol meridians. So which one is a bigger meridian? Classic bigger meridian, and the same replica of classical meridian are Byol meridians. Okay, so on the finger, or if we take one finger, if we take index finger for example, on the yin side you have the yin meridians, the yang side you have the yang meridians. What are the yin meridians here? Lung, cardium, heart. All of you remember this? If you don't remember, take out the Byol chart and see. The first line on the index finger is lung. Middle line is pericardium. Third line is heart. Okay. On the yang side, we are just taking one finger as an example. You can see on the other finger also, on the thumb also. Okay. On the yang side, you have first line. First line means towards the thumb. The first line is Li. Middle line is triple warmer, and innermost line, which is towards the middle finger, is SI, or small intestine. Again, do this homework if you have never done. Those who have done it, they know that the first point on the yin side, which is which point? Put it in the chat box. Don't unmute yourself. Put it in the chat box. What is the first point on the yin side? That first point is wind point. Next point is heat. Next point is humidity. Then you have dryness, and then you have coldness points. The points may not be one after the other. May not be. Most of the points are one after the other. Wind, heat, humidity are one after the other. Then you will see this. There may be some gap between the points. But the sequence is wind, heat, humidity, dryness, coldness. Correct? Is this okay with everyone? On the yang side, the first point, if you mark, if you see the chart and if you plot it on the finger, the first point is dryness. You have coldness point. Then you have wind, then heat, then humidity. Okay. Now, another point related to this chapter only. Wind or dryness, if you consider wind point on the yin side or dryness point on the yang side, whatever it is, these points are called Jing Bell points. See, if the concept is new to you, or if it is not very clear to you, still write down somewhere, because what I'm telling you is the gist. ये मैं आपको मलाई नहीं दे रही हूँ, ये मैं आपको मक्खन दे रही हूँ. So note it down somewhere. Go through the books afterwards. Go through the recording once again. But note it down somewhere. Okay. So the first point is Jingwell point. So if I say put the Jingwell point of yin side, so the first points are all Jingwell points. Okay. Second point, that is the heat point on the yin side or coldness point on the yang side, are called Yang Spring point. So first is well, second is spring. Third point, which is humidity on yin and wind on yang, it is called Shu Stream point. इनके नाम है ये से, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता आप इसको किस नाम से पुकारो, बट अगर आप इसे नाम से बुलाते हो तो कॉन्सेप्ट आपका क्लियर रहेगा. Third point, whether it is yin side or yang side, are called Shu Stream point. The fourth point, that is dryness on the yin side and heat on the yang side, are called Jing River point. Fifth point, that is last point on the last, sequentially the fifth point, the coldness point on the yin side and humidity point on the yang side, are called He C point. ये ने नाम दिए गए हैं. For example, this is
हाँ
this is
पूर्वांश का भी 2
well.
प्रकार का.
Okay, this is well. From the well, the water is coming out in the form of spring. ये stones हैं. पानी बाहर निकला, spring, and it started flowing in the form of a small stream. This stream turned into a big river and ultimately into sea. So first point is well point. Second point is spring point. Third point is stream point. Fourth point is river point. And last point or fifth point is sea point. So as we are going downward on the Biol में मैं समझा रही हूँ इसलिए so that you remember. The last innermost is a C point. So आपके जो middle joint पर आएगा, जो पित्त joint पर और the middle joint पर जो भी point आएंगे, these are your C points. Okay. Now I'll give you one small detail that the first point, which is wind point on the yin and dryness on the yang, are what? Jingwell point. This one, wind and dryness. These points are called Jingwell points. Now these Jingwell point has the combination of wind and dryness. Wind is what? Wind is hawa. Or dryness means sukha dena. So these points are nothing but the point of Vat. Hawa or dryness is a deadly combination of Vat. Vat ka kaam is sukha dena. Second, heat and cold. So the concept was, whenever you want to treat any Vat related problem, you can always choose Jingwell points. Now, what is Vat related problem? All the emergency situations are Vat. Vat means sudden. Vat means emergency. Vat means attack. So any Vat related problem, you can choose Jingwell point. Second is what? Heat and cold. Again, it's a deadly combination. Garam ke sang thande ka, brownie ke sang ice cream. So this is nothing but Pitta. So all Pitta disorders. Example, febrile conditions. Febrile conditions means fever-like conditions. Yes. So here you will treat Pitta-related disorders, for example, fever, etc. You can choose a second point on the yin and yang side. Correct? Third point is humidity with wind. What is this humidity with wind? Very good example is all the joints. Why joints are classical example of humidity with wind? Humidity means lubrication. Earth is what? Deposition. So all the joints have synovial fluid, some viscous fluid in it. Also there is mobility. घुटने का एग्जांपल ले लो, घुटने में फ्लूइड कम हो जाए या मूवमेंट कम हो जाए, दोनों ही कंडीशन में तकलीफ है. सो ह्यूमिडिटी एंड मूवमेंट. विंड इज व्हाट? मूवमेंट. सो इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन. सो एनी जॉइंट रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम यू कैन चूज shoestring point. Fourth is your dryness and heat, and classical example is breathing. All respiratory problems. आप देखोगे खांसी होने का सबसे कॉमन और सबसे बड़ा कारण होता है पानी पीना. आप करके देखना कभी इसको. Whenever you have cold and cough, you drink a lot of water. Because of high heat in the body, respiratory problems arise. So heat and dryness gives birth to disbalance of respiratory ailments. Disorder is respiratory ailment. Okay. And last one is coldness plus humidity. Coldness is what? Water. Humidity is what? Prithvi. It is 5. So 4 and 5, Jal and Prithvi, gives rise to cough. So any cough related disorder, where will you treat? On the Xi point, on the middle joint. So this becomes so simple because most of the ailments chronic are nothing but cough disorders, because it has crossed the Vata and the Pitta stage. It has come to the cough stage. So any old ailment, any cough related disorder, for that you can choose coldness plus humidity point. That is, if you simply apply a methi strip on the middle joint, it will also give you good result. Any Vata related ailment, apply methi strip on the topmost phalanx, topmost part, because it is the first point. On the second line or the second zone where the second points are there, if you apply points, then it is for Pitta. And on the middle joint, if you apply points, it is for cough. This is so very simple and very, very effective. So this is a concept of 5 shoe points. There's a lot more inside it, but we are just moving on from one topic to the other to understand it in gist. Okay. Now come to the next part, the fourth part. Fourth part. It is source point. What is source point? What is the meaning of source? Origin of anything is called source. So these points, the source points, are also called organ source points. Organ source point. These points are also called yuan source point. These are the different names given to it. These points are also called darkness point. Remember this, huh? Darkness point. These points are also called test point. Organ source point are also called test point. These points are also called original Qi point. And at some places, these points are also named as inverter points. So what is the significance of this point? Whenever a person is born, there are two types of energies. One type of energy which the person is born with. Another type of energy which that the person acquires from outside, like you acquire from the food, from water, from air, through breathing, etc. So that is another energy which you are taking from outside. There's some energy, there must be some energy with which you are born with, right? A child is born with energy which he takes from the mother. So that energy which the child is born with, the inbuilt energy, each organ and each meridian must be having some energy source with itself. Every organ must be having some source of energy with itself. That area, that zone, or that point where it has its own origin, the basic energy stored in it, that is called organ source. Okay. So whenever you want to treat a particular meridian, the whole of the meridian or the whole of the organ, you will use the organ source point. If you don't understand anything, you want to treat lungs because you feel that lung is the organ that needs treatment. You apply point on organ source point of lung. So that will treat not only the organ, but also its energy pathway. Energy pathway means lung energy pathway, that is lung meridian. So these points are very, very strong energy points. Where is that energy source where the child is born with? When the child is born, the child acquires energy from the mother. And from the cord, umbilical cord. This umbilical cord is connected to the, that means mother's energy is getting transmitted between the child and mother through the umbilical cord. Now when it is coming to the child, where is it going? Is it going directly to the whole body? Yes, it is going to the whole body, but it must be following some path. So first the energy comes between the two kidneys. So these are the two kidneys. In between the two kidneys, there is an area where this energy first comes and gets collected. From here, through triple warmer means the spine, this energy goes to the whole body. When it goes to the whole body, it flows through the different meridians. And each meridian which has some little container, this energy flows through it and fills up the container called the organ source point. So each meridian has one container which collects the original Qi in it, and that is nothing but the organ source point. This is the source of energy. It is a, you may say it's a storehouse. That is what is called inverter point. Inverter means which will supply energy when the electricity is gone. Okay. This is also called test point, because if this point is painful, then you should understand that there must be some problem with the organ or the meridian. This is called original Qi point, because original Qi means the Qi of the mother which has come to the child is flowing through this point. This is called darkness point, because this point with lightness point will come to lightness point, else infection. Okay. Understand how to use, when to use, with time you will understand, but first understand the alphabets. So this is one of the alphabet which we are learning. Now come to the next point, and that is point 5, distal point. We will be understanding 11 total areas of your CA. This is 5th one. So 5th one is distal point. What is distal point? Distal point, distal means what? Away. Distal means away from main point. But very, very important. That means there are two types of points on the body. One is the is close to the area of ailment. For example, if the head is aching, there must be some area. For example, if this point is, this area is paining, then the points which are falling here are called the local points. Local point of the ailment. But there must be some points which are away from the painful area, but very important to treat it. Those points are called distal points. So there are few fixed distal points which you can use for the whole body. For example, for the head region, if this is the body, then for the head region, you have Li4 as a distal point. Where is Li4? Li4 is on the palm, but it is controlling the treatment of the face or the head region. So this is called distal point. So this is one fixed point. That Li4 is a distal for head region. For the chest region, you have another distal point, which is P6. This is navel. Above navel, you have another distal point, which is ST36. Below navel, another point, which is SP6. It is fixed. You can easily treat the whole body, dividing it into different zones. For upper zone, LI4, chest area, P6, above upper abdomen, ST36, lower abdomen, SP6. Similarly, on the back side, on the upper back, if it is upper back area problem, for upper back, you have LU7. Middle back, you have U54. And lower back, you have again SP6. So you will see SP6 is repeated 2 times, one for the front, one for the back. So total there are 7 distal points which are most important and we should remember it. Is this clear to everyone? Distal point. What are distal points? We come to the next part, which is number 6. It is influential points. So if someone asks you that influential points are very important, now you should know what are influential points. Influential points are the points for tissues. Remember this. Just remember this. Influential points are the points for tissues. What are tissues? When we talk about Ayurveda, then it is Ras, Rakt, Mas, Med, Asti, Majja. All these are what? The tissues or the dhatus of the body. Similarly, when we talk about Chinese acupressure, then we have Qi, we have blood, we have bone, bone marrow, muscle or nerve. All these fall into tissues. So there's a point for Qi, which controls Qi in the body. It is CV17. Blood, UB17. Bone, you have UB11. Bone marrow, gallbladder 39. Muscle, gallbladder 34. See, you may not remember it right now, but when you will understand and remember this, that these are special points apart from total 8 influential points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 are left. So what are these 3? One is pulse meeting point, or we also call it artery meeting point. This is LU9, very important. Another one is yang organ point, and last one is yin organ meeting point. So what is yang organ meeting point? Yang organ meeting point is CV12 and yin meeting point is liver 13. We'll have to learn it. Okay. And as we practice, we'll definitely remember that what are these points and where are these located. You remember this? 8 points, which are 8 influential points or tissues. So whenever you are treating bone, you have to choose UB11. If there is fracture, this fracture of elbow, dislocation of elbow, and you ask me what protocol to use. What protocol to use? You think it is related to bone. It is also related to muscle. It is also related to nerves. So you have to choose UB11. You have to choose gallbladder 34. Right? So these points frequently used because these are the major tissues in the body. The next point, and that is, this is number 7. This is Xi-Cleft point. What is Xi-Cleft point? Xi-Cleft point means only, what is the meaning of cliff? Cliff means most point. So when a river is coming down, and if there is some depression, what happens to the fluid that is coming out, coming down, that to the water, to the water that flows down? It will definitely fill up this depression with it. So this is nothing but the Z. So this is nothing but the Z-Cleft. That means when the energy is flowing in the body, it will fill up some important areas with its energy, and those are called Xi-Cleft point. And these Xi-Cleft points are very important, especially for the ailments which are chronic. Okay. You will see in many places, Khemka sir has mentioned that whenever you are treating a chronic ailment with a certain protocol, after treating the ailment, use Xi-Cleft point. Why? This will prevent the recurrence of the ailment in that person. So these points are very strong points. Okay. Though these can be used in acute problems also in some cases, but in chronic cases, and especially after treating a particular disease, if you treat it with Xi-Cleft point, it acts like a sealant. So Fevicol लगा दिया, उस पर sellotape लगा दो. Fevicol is treating the ailment with the protocol, or sellotape is nothing but your Xi-Cleft point. Clear? बात समझ में आ गई? Come to the next point, and that is Luo Connecting Point. Luo Connecting Point. What is this Luo Connecting Point? Luo Connecting Point is a very interesting, very interesting point, because this is nothing but a common passage. Common passage. This is a common passage. This is a gate. This is also a gate between two meridians, yin and yang. Yes, Xi-Cleft point are also called likeness point. Correct. So between two meridians, of which paired meridians, rather, for example, lung, Li are paired, liver, gallbladder are paired. Each element, you have two organs. Wood element, you have two organs, and related to two organs, you have two meridians. So for wood, you have liver and gallbladder as the two organs. So liver meridian is also there, gallbladder meridian is also there. So these two meridians are paired meridians. Similarly, these meridians, which are paired meridians, are also husband-wife meridians. Okay. So in between the husband and wife meridian or the paired meridian, there must be some area where the energy exchange is happening, so that both the meridians are balanced. Is this okay? Clear? So if the lung and this is Li, then in between the two, there must be some exchange of energy. So the area or the passage through which this energy is getting transferred, that point is called Luo Connecting Point, or the passage point, correct? Passage point, or this is also called junction point. Junction point. Okay. So junction point or the passage point, understand one more thing. Not, understand this point. What I'm going to say is very important. Not only exchanges energy between husband and wife, but also exchanges energy between the sibling meridians. What does it mean? I'm repeating it again. Passage point or Luo connecting point not only exchanges energy between husband and wife. Husband and wife is paired meridian. It also exchanges energy between the sibling meridian. What is the meaning of sibling meridian? Sibling meridian means every has been given 2 hours time. Do you have any idea about it? Every organ has been given 2 hours time. Lung, lung has been given 2 hours time. Large intestine has been given 2 hours time. Stomach has been given 2 hours time. Small intestine has been given 2 hours. So every organ, total how many or major organs are there? Put it in the chat box. Total how many major organs are there? Most important organs. According to TCM, total how many major organs are there? 12. So every organ has been given 2 hours time to rejuvenate. See, this is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. We are just understanding the gist of the whole topic. Otherwise, we would have discussed on it for a longer time. Every organ gets 2 hours time to rejuvenate. You sleep at night to rejuvenate so that you feel fresh in the morning. Similarly, every organ is getting 2 hours time to rejuvenate, to balance its energy. So 12 organs, 2 hours time, 12 into 2, 24. So whole 24 hours day has been divided into 12 organs with each organ of 2 hours time. In that particular time, energy goes to that particular organ. For example, 3 to 5 a.m. has been fixed for lungs. So during that time, lung will rejuvenate. Rejuvenate means it will take its energy. It will balance its energy. Okay. So in that particular time, whatever energy goes into the body, that energy again flows through certain points. Those points are called the organ source points. Those points are the, your clock points, organ clock points. Okay. Understand this. For example, I was talking about the sibling meridian. 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning is lung. Same 3 to 5 p.m. is urinary bladder. So this urinary bladder pairs with lung meridian in the morning, and this is called the sibling meridian. Okay. So same timing, AM and PM, the meridians are called the sibling meridians. This is okay with everyone? Correct? So Luo connecting point can be used not only to balance energy between husband and wife, but also between sibling meridians. So if you give this point, Luo connecting point, usually it is given on the deficient meridian, usually. So if you apply Luo connecting point, the deficient meridian, if you understand that out of lung and LI, for example, LI is deficient, then if you are applying point for LI, Luo connecting point for LI, from LI, from LU, the energy will come to LI and it will balance it. So it's a door between two rooms where one room has too many people and one room is empty. Okay. So to balance between the two rooms, that passage or the door is nothing but Luo connecting point. That is why we are calling it connecting point. Okay. So this is also a very important point. We come to the next point, that is number 9, alarm point. What is the meaning of alarm? That wakes you up, correct? Or that alerts you. So this alerting or waking you up is also happening in the body with the help of certain points which are present on the front of the body and back of the body. The points which are present on the front of the body are called front shoe points. And the points which are present on the back of the body are called back shoe points. So for 12 organs, there are 12 points on the front side of the body, 12 points on the back side of the body. The back shoe points are present near the spine. So I always say that these points are nothing but the switch. Those who have done semester 1 or those who have done correspondence with me, I always say the back shoe points act like switch for the organ or switch for the meridian. Why? As you switch on or you switch off for any electrical appliance to work, similarly, if you apply the back shoe point, it activates the meridian or the organ. For a particular organ, if you are applying the back shoe point, it will alert the organ. It will activate or stimulate. Especially, the front shoe point have been designed for structural activities, and the back shoe points have been designed for the functional activity of the organ. Okay, so these points are also there in the table. We'll discuss that table, which has everything. Whatever we are discussing, it has all the areas explained pretty well. Explained in the sense mentioned that these are the front shoe points, these are the back shoe points, these are the influential points, these are the distal point, etc., etc. Okay. So distal alarm points are very important because whenever you're treating a patient, front shoe point and back shoe point are the most important points related to that particular organ. This back shoe concept you can use in the correspondence system also. For example, if you are applying a point on lungs, so one dry pea seed here and one dry pea seed here. So this is simple main correspondence treatment, correct? Now this is what applying points on the front of the body for this particular organ, lung. Along with this particular point, if you apply a point on the corresponding spine, that means the spine area, this is what, spine? This spine area which is supplying the lungs in front must be having some connection. Yes or no? Every organ is supplied by some nerves from the back. Every organ. Yes. So if lungs are also supplied by the nerves from the back, and if we treat the switch, which is exactly just behind that particular organ. For lungs, it is just behind lungs. For heart, it is just behind heart. If it is stomach, it is just behind stomach on the spine area. So that particular point which is supplying the organ in front, if you apply that point is nothing but the switch or the back shoe point. Yes, UB13, as Aarti is saying, UB13 is for lungs. So if for lungs, if you apply UB13, or in correspondence, if you just apply one dry pea seed here, this will also stimulate the lungs in front. Okay. So front shoe points and back shoe points are very important concept to go ahead in understanding and learning PCM. We come to the next area, that is area number 10. This is where I moved on when I was explaining Luo Connecting Point. And it is your organ, sorry. Again, I think organ. This is your horary points. Horary points are very important. As I said, every organ has been given 2 hours time. So 24 hours have been divided into 12 organs. So each organ has 2 hours time. In that particular time, energy reaches to that particular organ. For example, 3 to 5 a.m. is for lungs. So 3 to 5 a.m. lungs are getting charged. And the area or the point that stores that energy is horary point, or it is also that particular organ's element. Okay. And that is the reason you should sleep at the right time. Because if it is triple warmer time or liver time or gallbladder time, you are hampering their work. You are making it difficult for the organ to rejuvenate. आपका समय है लिवर गॉलब्लैडर का रेस्ट करने का, और उसी समय में आपने उससे बड़े काम करा लिए. खाना ऑर्डर हो रहा है, उसी समय खा रहे हैं, उसी समय बातें कर रहे हैं, उसी समय खेल रहे हैं. अब तो वही होता है. That is lifestyle. So when will those organs rejuvenate? You think. खुद ही सोचो. लिवर के टाइम में आप जगे हुए हो और उसे सोने नहीं दे रहे हो, उससे काम करा रहे हो. लिवर कब अपनी एनर्जी को रिजुविनेट करेगा? कब वो अपने आप को एनर्जाइज करेगा? So that is the reason most of the people suffer from fatty liver. Wind related, bath related issues, because liver and gallbladder is not getting time to rest, energize. So this is about horary points. So horary points are also fixed points. These are the element points of that particular organ, which will give energy. Last area, very simple, is law of first and last point. This is very simple law. This says whenever you want to treat the first point of any meridian, you can choose the last point of that meridian and vice versa. That means first equivalent to last. UB1 has some problem, treat UB67, because 67 is the last point. UB1 is the first point. Because both these points are actually vibrating with the same frequency or the similar frequency. Okay? So first point or last point can be interchanged. Interchange in the sense, if there's some problem near the last point and first point is accessible, then choose first point. If there's some problem near the first point and last point is, you can access that point, then choose last point. So this is called law of first and last point. So these are the 11 areas that we should remember. The first one, what was the first one? The first one was understanding what is Qi, what is acupressure. Let me write it down for you. The first one was, what is Qi? What is acupressure? What are acupoints? Okay. What was the second area? That should be clear to us. What are 5 elements? Its energies, colors. That means 5 element chart. It is very important. What is the third one? Third one is 5 shoe points. So this has also 5 points table or chart. Yes, 60 command points. Okay. Fourth one was organ source point. You should know what is organ source point. Then distal point. Number 6 is influential point. Number 7, Xi-Cleft point. Number 8, Luo Connecting Point. Number 9, alarm point. Number 10, horary point. Number 11, first and last point. Okay. So these are some of the areas that should be crystal clear to us. We should not have any doubt in these areas. And you should never have a doubt that these are the areas which are clear to me, but how to use these points. Just understand that these are the areas that will help you in understanding the further chapters, further books and other treatises to have a clearer or better concept of the whole thing. Okay, so this is a base, this is a background of TCM. So semester 1 is introduction to you. When you go to semester 2, then you go to semester 3 and ahead, you will understand that these things will be more clear to you with time. Now, from the exam point of view, because we are always interested in exam, this is 5 element and this is 60 command points or 5 issue point table. These are the 2 tables that will help you in understanding what is going to come in exam. So this, I will leave the question paper now. Okay. So what did I say? There are 2 tables that you should mug up. Sorry. That you should learn by heart. This is 1 and this is 2. So this is 1 table. Very, very important. Now, don't ask me how to remember these points. Find out your ways of learning and understanding, remembering these points. These are very important points. And this is another table, which is also very, very important from the exam point of view. So these 2 tables have all the answers, most of the answers to all the queries. And most of the answers of all the questions that may be asked to you, because it has all the distal points, all the front shoe point, all the back shoe point, all the 5 element points, all the colors, all the energies, all the organs, everything is compiled in these 2 tables. Okay. So first thing is your concept should be clear. Don't focus only on examination. Second thing is examination is also important because that is the time we study. Right? So all the best to every one of you for your first semester examination, and all the best to every one of you, those who are from other semesters, for your examinations. And I hope this was clear to you. Thank you.